Hello and welcome to a World of Warplanes video. This time I'm showing you a couple of games in Tier 4 fighters that I have recently repurchased thanks to the Christmas missions. The first two are going to be in the A6M1 and the last is the Type 146, the British fighter. And I figured I'd show you these games because I'm probably not going to play very many in these fighters, so I might as well just chuck them all in together. And be like, yay, Tier 4 fighters. Anyway, this first game, it's on the Arctic map, and I said I'm in the A6M1, and I kind of went off to the left a bit at the start there, but that was really just because I didn't want to be in the front row of my team. You might notice that I'm not flying this thing with fire extinguishers, because I want room for my fireworks, sparklers, and smoke flares, whatever that last one is. So, no fire extinguisher, which means that if I get shot at, I've had a couple of games where basically I get shot at about 30 seconds into the game and I burn to death, which isn't very fun. So I didn't really want to, but I decided I should dive down on these aircraft here. I don't really like getting into the fight before I know where people are, but I mean I was basically already there, so I might as well get into it. My first burst against this 109B completely misses, but I put the flaps on and get round behind it. And my second burst gets the kill. Well, I say get the kill, I really stole the kill. I did very little damage to that guy. I think I'm going for that bow fighter, but it's way above me and it's not really an engagement you want to start. So instead I figure I'll go help this 110B that's got 3 fighters on its tail. But since it's running away from me, I'm not going to be much use there. Whereas this enemy zero is a threatening target that I can do a bit of damage to. Well, in fact, I can kill it. So that's 2 kills, and that one I actually kind of deserved. I-17's coming, well not head on, but it's heading towards me on the tail of one of my allies. I don't get the kill there, but I'd like to think I helped. Okay. So 3 enemy aircraft left, they're all above me. But I should be at their altitude by the time I get there. Or maybe not that 109, the way it's climbing. Let's just toss in a few shots. Not at any real threat since I've got so many allies around. And here we go, a bow fighter. So I'm 1% health. So I'm going to start firing at very long range because I probably only need to get 1 cannon shell to hit it. And I've got the kill. That was obviously a machine gun bullet. Just boosting in, trying to get a bit closer. 600 meters probably enough, and there you go. Kill number 3, a heavy fighter at extreme range. And this 109, it's coming straight at me. But I decided I'm not going to go head on with it. Let's just evade the fire, take 6 points of damage. And put some shots in. Well, I try, but I miss. There we go. But it's at too long a range. So I'm not going to be able to hit this guy again. I'm pretty sure my ally's actually shooting at me there. That cheeky P-36, I mean it missed, but still. Okay. Just gotta kill this 109 and the game's over. Oh, and I might be able to get some shots on it. In fact, it looks like it's coming head on with me. Well, let's just go for it. Well, I got the kill, but I'm really glad the game ended because I was about to burn to death. Well, you see here, 4 aircraft destroyed, which is a pretty good result. Finished or advanced a bunch of missions, top of my team in experience, not quite on damage. I was like 4th or 5th on damage, but only 4% accuracy, and that's what happens when you're firing at extreme ranges like I was against the bow fighter. There you see me shooting off my fireworks. This one again, it's in my A6M1 on Winter War. See, it's a Tier 5 game, same as the last one, and when you're in a turn fighter, it's kind of good. Maybe not good, but it's not bad to be bottom tier in a game. Like, essentially, it increases your advantages in that you become better at turning relative to the other aircraft in the game, but your weaknesses also become more prevalent in that the enemy aircraft, namely the Spitfire 1, are way faster than me. I spot this 109B heading off by itself, and I go to follow, but it dives away, so I'm not getting any of that, so I turn back to the main fight. But yeah, like I was saying, being bottom tier in a game, if you're in a turn fighter, it's actually perfectly fine as long as you can get the enemy to turn fight with you. You'll actually have a pretty strong advantage. It's just that if they don't, you are in a very weak position. Initially dive on the P36, but I see the Bristol 146 is an even better target. Put some shots in, but actually managed to roll away and evade most of mine. Second burst does a little bit of damage. And then I'm about to overshoot this guy. So I roll, cut back the throttle, put on my flaps, and well, I don't overshoot. Come around for a third burst, do a bit more damage. Get with my fourth, but I'm just not quite getting my guns on target here. And again, I'm guessing this guy's actually trying to get me to overshoot by just holding down the throttle. I mean, pulling the throttle right back to 0 and trying to get me to fly right past it, but didn't work out well for it. Okay, CN-F2A, P36, sorry, turn fighting at very low altitude and low speed, which would be a nice easy kill for me, but I can't quite get my guns to shoot where I want. Okay, finally we get the kill. That's 2 down, and AA's shooting at me. So I go in. It's kind of poor play here, but I get the kill on the I-16. But I should have targeted the Spitfire 1, since my ally was on the tail of that I-16, probably about to kill it. Whereas that Spitfire was on my ally's tail. And, well, this is my punishment. I evade the Spitfire, but I evade it into a bank. So, yeah, karma. You might notice down low, I was actually outnumbered 2 to 1, despite my team, being an aircraft up. That's because all my allies were up here chasing this 110B. And, well, the I-16 and the A6M1 can't catch it. But fortunately they both dived down onto the Spitfire and the 109 that killed me. And the 109's just killed the I-16, so it's 2 on 2 now, but the 109B's caught up with the 110. And I got an assist on killing the 109. I'm guessing the I-16 must have set it on fire before it died. And I'll try and actually focus on this dogfight. Anyway, A6M1 versus the Spitfire should pretty easily go to the A6M1, but they go head on and, well, they kill each other. Closely followed by our 109E killing that Messerschmitt 110B, so we get the win there. 3 aircraft destroyed. Kind of a good game. I screwed up once. I mean, I was screwing up in that I was fighting when I was outnumbered. But 9% accuracy, that's a bit more usual in this aircraft. And 3 kills, it's not anything to be regretting, I suppose. So anyway, this third game, the Bristol Type 146, the British Tier 4 fighter, the one that leads into the Spitfire line. It's actually been almost a year since I last flew this aircraft. And it's actually different from how I remember it. It's got way better firepower than I remember. The 8 machine guns at Tier 4 is actually really kind of overpowered. I mean, overpowered, but very good. And it just doesn't turn as well as I remember. I remember it being like a turn fighter. Kind of not up there with the I-16, but not far behind. But playing it now, it doesn't seem that good. It's kind of more comparable with the... Well, it's better than the P36, but kind of comparable with them, if you know what I mean. But this time, you see we're on National Park, and I've climbed to a decent altitude. Again, this is a Tier 5 game, and it will be a bit more challenging since, as I said, this one it is a turn fighter, but it's not a great turn fighter. It's also not a great energy fighter, which means that the 109Es and Spitfires on the enemy team will be able to outfly me if they want. I was a bit reluctant to give up all this altitude, but I figured, meh, but you know the battle's going to end up down on the deck here anyway, and well, it's an easy kill with this I-17. So get it nice and close, open up with the 8 machine guns, and it evades, and as you can see, there's no way I can keep up with the I-17. But there's a Messerschmitt 109E down here as well, and that is something I can turn inside, no worries. So I'll chasing it up, putting a few shots in, but there's something on my tail. It's not being very effective. And, well, it's the I-17 from earlier, so it really could outturn me. But we see a 109B. Which again, nice easy target. Again, chasing it up, but this time there's nobody on my tail. And it tries to break off, but it's nowhere near manoeuvrable enough to get away. So first kill, and now we're looking for more targets. And I can see they're around here on my radar. And there we go, P36, down low. Should be pretty easy to kill if I can get my guns on target for long enough. Put in a big solid burst there, but we're going to do... It's not really a yo-yo, it's more of a combat turn. For a second pass. Didn't quite get the kill there, but just a short burst here will do it. There we go, 2 kills. And with the I-16's flying away from me, the F2A though seems to be coming straight at me. Yep, wants to go head on with almost no health. I'll take that kill. So it looks like that I-16's, well, it's got plenty of aircraft on its tail, so I don't really need to get in there. It's 109B, but it's way up high, I'm not going to be able to climb up to that one. Plus we've also got 2 friendly aircraft coming to help this dogfight, so instead I'm going to fly way over here to help our friendly ground attack aircraft fight off those 2 enemy fighters. Well, I have just killed the I-16, so now it's about a... what's that, 5-on-1 against the 109B? Sorry, not 5, 4-on-1 I think. And I think now it's a 5-on-1. Whereas over here, this BSH-2 is in a lot of trouble. It's against a 109E and a Spitfire, and since Spitfire might be able to outturn me, I'm not sure, it's the bigger threat here. I come onto its tail and take away a lot of its health, but I can't quite do enough damage to get all of it. Pull on the flaps and come around hard to get behind it. As I said, I'm not sure if I can turn inside this one or not. And well, I managed to get a few more shots in, but it's obviously pretty comparable to me. Pitches up and loses some speed, so I can put a big long burst into here. But again, don't quite have the manoeuvrability to keep my guns on target. Boost and flaps to try and get round behind it quicker. And there we go, I just managed to get the kill. In this 109E, I can turn inside it, no problems. We go head on here for a second, and I break off to turn quicker. But it flies straight into me. And that was my 5th kill and the ace medal in the 146. And well, there's only one more enemy aircraft left, and it's the 109B, up at high altitude. And well, my engine's quite damaged now. So I figure I'm not going to be able to get up to this fight. But I figure I'll try it anyway. I fly away from the enemy aircrafts, hopefully it won't notice me, and try and gain some altitude. But my team are all chasing it away from me. Well, it's turning back around, but no, it's still well above me and 1.5 kilometers away. But it's diving down. So now it's actually below me, so I might actually get a chance to get in here. I'll just wait for it to climb back up. Or at least I was thinking I'd wait for it to climb back up, but it turns and runs instead of climbing. Oh, but here it's turning back. Looks like it might want to come head on with me, but my team kill it. So I'll just have to be satisfied with 5 kills. Ace medal. How can you say no to that? As you see, top of my team, kind of obvious, did a lot more damage than anyone else. And well, 8% accuracy is pretty average in this aircraft, but still it was good enough for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.